In this video we're going to conclude the fitting of a double DIN head unit into the Mud UK panel. Well, here we are back on my feet again, and whilst I was away I made some notes about these double DIN units. I'm going to shout them out, but first of all I'm going to show you what I mean by a double DIN. And these are typical radios. See that one there? This is a single DIN. This is a 7x2 inch unit, and this is a 7x4. 7 inch, 4 inch. Now this is why I had to make some notes. What does DIN mean? Just hold on a minute. I use my best German. Deutsche Institut für Normung. I probably got that wrong. So it's a German standard, but it's in inches. Go figure. Now this is where it gets a problem. This is why I need my notes. The double DIN unit should be like this dimensionally. You see what I mean? And this is why I was limited to put this into my Land Rover, because the moulding, the plastic moulding, was limited by the size here. Alright? Now when you get a TV monitor, computer monitor, they usually measure diagonally. This isn't, it's measured across there, so just be careful of that. Don't get one measured across a little bit bigger thinking it's going to go in, because it's going to be too wide. So what sizes are there? Well, there's a double DIN is 7x4 inch. There is an 8 inch. I haven't seen so many of them, but they do exist. Popular is a 9 inch. That's 9x5 according to my Yaris screen. The screen size is 9x5, and there's a 10.1 by 6.3. That's a really big one. Now, where was I? Right, sorry about that, bit of a break. Now, you can get single DIN units with a large head on them here, like a large screen. Now pay attention. So even you think, oh right, I'll be able to put one of them in. They come in different positions according to the model. So you can have a screen like this, a screen like this, or a screen like this. They are on Amazon. Are they popular? I don't know. But you've got to make sure that you've got the space to put one in. So it's not the end of the world. You can adapt them quite well. Back to my notes. Fitting kits. Now, I had to make the ABS plastic surround for my unit, but there are fitting kits available for the specific cars. Like for my Yaris, there was one already came with a radio. But you can get aftermarket ones that's like universal. But again, you've got to make sure the aperture is correct to fit your unit in. And that makes it a real shot in the dark. There's a couple of pictures up here you can see what I mean. But they are ABS, so you might be able to cut them down and stick them in. Next. So I had a bit of a problem with the antenna on this. It wouldn't go into the hole here at the back, you know where you put your antenna. The original Land Rover one fitted into there like a dream, but it wouldn't fit into here. Not an original Land Rover one, but this is an aftermarket antenna, but it was too big. So I ended up getting an antenna lead like this, cutting the end off, and then just splice it together and solder it. That's the only way I can do it. So that what you're looking for is the pin, the small pin, is 3.15 millimeters, and the outside is 9 millimeters. Just check that before you get your radio and put it all in, and you find why your antenna won't go in. Next. Now, most units have a connection to the steering wheel controls. This doesn't apply to us, but the Atoto does come with a remote thing that you fit on your steering wheel. Is it a good idea? I don't know. If you can't reach out there, well, you're lost, aren't you? What else? Oh yeah, this comes with a GPS antenna, and I found out in the Land Rover I put the antenna on the roof itself, and it works a lot better. Even in my shop the antenna worked great, so maybe not putting it inside is not a good idea. Next, I found out that the GPS worked best on the roof. Even inside my shop it worked very, very well. Now, what I was trying to explain before I was rudely interrupted by the City of Sherbrooke was that this Atoto is an older style unit where it's got a plastic surround and the screen is set inside. The problem with that is, well, I like the push buttons because you can easily get to them. They're easy. But some of the controls for the screen are built very close to the edge, and it's sometimes when you're driving it's a bit difficult to flick that button. The newer ones, the newer units like in my Yaris, are completely flat screened. I don't particularly like those. Why? Because when you're driving you can't actually feel anything that's there, you know, for the next track or go up or down or whatever like that, and you sort of take your eyes off the road while you're looking for the right place, and then invariably hit the wrong button on the screen and something else comes up. Didn't like that too much, but I think that's part of the course. These things are distracting whilst you're driving, so just pay attention because there's so much to see on there. They are a bit of a distraction. Now, I'll go a little anecdote now, because probably you in the UK found the same problem. According to the highway code and the law, you're not allowed to have moving images on a screen in front of you like a TV. Well, they seem to have forgotten all that now. Like I say, these things are such a distraction, but according to the law, you're not supposed to have anything that can distract the driver. I don't think Tesla found that out anyway. Anyway, let's have a look at the next thing. Next. Now, one good thing about these units is they run on an Android system. Try and get an Android 10 or up, because that's the recent upgrade. You can customize them till your heart's content, and one of the most popular customization things is to change the launcher. That is the program that starts it. So at the back end you've got all the gizmos and the apps and stuff like that, but what you see at the front end is a different thing. The one that comes with the Atoto is okay, it's pretty basic, but it does the job. But I put on here Car Web Guru, which seems to be a popular one for customizing, and it works a treat, and I'm used to that because I've got the same one in my Yaris. Nice. And also the thing about the Car Web Guru is if you want to go deep into the settings and have a look at some other bits and pieces you'd like to change, it's very easy. The standard one sort of limits you to do things. Now, the good thing is, if you make a complete horlicks of your setup, you can actually go into the setup menu and reset it to factory settings and start again. It's painless, you won't lose anything, but you've got to put all your data in again, like your Google account password, things like that, and your GPS, not your GPS settings, but your telephone settings, your Wi-Fi settings, you've got to put all those back in again. Is it a big deal? No, not really. Next. So what's the sound quality like? It's really, really good. Honestly, they are so much better than these older head units. I don't know what makes the difference, but there is a better sound quality, especially on older speakers which you think were absolutely knackered. You'll find out they're actually quite good. On the Atoto, it didn't come with a reverse camera, where the Yaris one did. So check out all the little accessories you're going to get when you buy your unit. Now, for this particular truck here, I put the reverse camera near the tow ball, and you'll see that later. Why did I put it near the tow ball? So when you're reversing, somebody's cutting a tree down. So when you're reversing, you can see your tow ball, and it's brilliant. Next, speed. Speed is really important. The Atoto unit and the no-name brand in my Yaris are miles apart, absolute miles apart. The Yaris has got 1 gigabyte of RAM memory, 32 gigabytes of ROM, random access memory, read-only memory. This one, 2 gigabytes and 32. The higher the first number, the better. They're usually about 32, 64 gigabytes, and that the Atoto's got a octoflop or octo processor or something, 8 processor, where the other one's got a 4 processor. It makes a difference. So if you see a really cheap unit, you're going to get a really cheap unit, probably 2-year-old model or something like that, just they're trying to get rid of. But pay that little bit extra and you'll get a better performance. Believe me, that was the biggest thing, that's why I bought this one. The instruction book for the Atoto was basic. It really sort of went into functions of how to fit the unit, dimensions, measurements and things like this. It doesn't give you a clear indication of how to use it and do the settings, etc, etc. However, if you go onto the Atoto website, they're extremely helpful. And if you really get stuck like I did with the antenna, you can contact the Atoto services and they'll get back to you next day with an email. And I was chatting to a lady called Gladys and she was really helpful. It was top marks. I couldn't make sense out of the one for the Yaris. In fact, connecting your phone with Bluetooth is a joy. It really is a joy. It's so easy, because I hated Bluetooth because it was a real mess about. Whether the system and standards have got better, I don't know. But all you had to do was pair them together, really easy. You look in your phone to see what's available for Bluetooth. You'll put the, I think this was AG, A9 or something like that. Click that, they pair together, bingo. It'll read all your phone numbers in your phone. You just have to scroll through it and press on the numbers you want. Really easy. But for me, Billy No Mates, I only have about 3 numbers, so that's kind of easy. So in conclusion for my written pages, what do I think of them? I think they're great. You'll never go back to a CD player or MP3 player. It's got it all in anyway. And like I say, I run mine on a memory stick and I have around about 5,000 songs on there. Well, you'd never get that with CDs, would you? Just on one little stick. So for me, it's great, because I don't like listening to the radio here because it's rubbish. So now, let's see if we can get the camera set up and we'll actually have a look at it. I just noticed on this little voltmeter thing here, my battery's been going down whilst this has been parked up and I've not been using my truck. And I realised that even though you turn the key off, I don't think that unit switches off. I've got it hooked up right. Maybe that's why it starts up so fast. Can you turn it off? Yes, but does it turn it off? I'll keep you posted.